Hello, everyone. It's so good to have you here again participating of our Brazilian cattle lives. And today to share with you a fantastic work that's been developed here in Brazil with the Brahman breed, we have invited Brahman Braúnas to tell you a little bit of the work that they developed on their farm and also so that you can learn about the potential of the Braúnas genetics, which really brings great results to Brazil and for sure will bring to your country and your farm as well. So, in order to participate here with us in the studio, we have the General Director of Brahman Braúnas, Mr. Adalberto Cardoso. Hello, Mr. Adalberto. So nice to have you here during Expo Genetics so that you can show a little bit of the quality work that you develop. We thank you very much as well for the opportunity offered, and we will sure make the most of it. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And also the international manager, Maresha Guimarães. Hello, Maresha, welcome. Hi, Isi, thank you for giving us the space. And also to participate with you virtually, we have invited Dr. Giovanna Moraes, an expert on genetics from Intergado, and Dr. Christian Barrantes, an expert in agriculture and livestock production from Peru. Hello, everyone. It's such a great pleasure to have you here in the live of Brahma Graunas, being able to share with everyone during Expo Genetics the experiences that have been developed in such an important work of selection. So now I will pass the floor to you. Don't be shy. Tell us everything about the work that you develop with such love and dedication. All right? You are at home. This is Casa do Cebu, so the live's yours. Oh, thank you. We'll take it from here. Hello, guys. Welcome. Today we are going to virtually open the gates of Brahman Braunas to everyone. We expect you in our farm as well, but here in this such a special place, such as ABCZ and Brazilian Cattle has provided us, right? I'm here with the captain of this ship that will help us to conduct this live. And he has several years of experience, is a third generation farmers. And he is the ideal person to be here with you today. First, we are going to bring you inside the farm and tell a little bit of our story. For that, we have prepared a brief timeline. It was a brief summary of our history. Now, let's go back a little bit before the story of Braúnas working with Brahman. It starts with the Cardoso family. So, I would like Adalberto to tell you a little bit of his history in livestock production that starts with him as a child in his grandfather's farm with the uh, Gir breed, and then until we reach the transition to the Brahman breed. So, Adalberto, how does that story start?
In reality, the story starts in the 40s when my grandpa bought a Gir bull, which was the most important breed back then in Uberaba. And after that, we started work to work with my father, my brothers, and during a period, we lived in the farm and participated in this work. And the important is that sometime later we went to study, and in 1980 we started a project, a milking project here in Belo Horizonte, near Belo Horizonte. And we also started to bring some animals from the United States to start this project. And the milk in Brazil is a project. Let's say that it takes a lot more work, dedication, and we end up in 2005 going back to the beef cattle, and we chose in 2005 Brahma. And it's we have it's still now, and you just saw this in the timeline, and the result you saw the result of what we managed to get over the past few years. So it's the result of work that is very well directed, a project that is well designed, and it's with that we got all the way to the place where we got these results.
We are here today in Casa do Zebu in the city of Uberaba in ABCZ. So we are going to take this opportunity to bring you to the farm. We have prepared, and for that we have prepared a video for you to see how beautiful it is, the place where we raise the Brahman breed.
Braúnas farm selects Brahma breeds for almost 15 years, and it's an area with superior quality with objective analysis. We make available only genetic that reflects the quality of our production and is able to meet the most demanding cattle breeders. The pillars of our selection are fertility, maternal ability, and weight carcass that is efficient.
Localizado em Funilândia, Minas Gerais, o Brahman Braúnas produz com eficiência e sustentabilidade e genética de qualidade inquestionável. Os inúmeros títulos acumulados ao longo dos anos comprovam que a genética Braúnas é comprometida com a excelência na criação da raça Brahman. Na Expo Zebu de 2018, conquistamos o cobiçado título de Grande Campeão com o animal Mr. BR 77 1392. O futuro construímos hoje. Brahman Braúnas. Bem-vindos à nossa genética.
That's what we wanted to show this little bit that of what we are doing there. Now, previously, you have probably heard this sentence before. It's our motto, the future we build today. This for us is an extremely important sentence because every day we are planting a new seed to harvest tomorrow. And in the last few years, we have turned our eyes to some very important issues that is an ally to livestock production, which is sustainability. When people talk about sustainability in livestock production, they seem like opposites. However, we have several scientific data and proof from renowned institutions that study this topic that states that those two are not only able to walk together, but they should do that, especially from now on. Sustainability and livestock production should walk hand in hand. And here we have Mr. Adalberto. He is an expert with many years of experience. In the farm, we always hear we have to take care of the land. We have to take care of the water resources. We have to take care of the pastures, do pasture management, and all of these are part of the sustainability practices that we have on the farm. Empirically, he already knew that, his family already knew that, and now, with the support of all these studies and with new things that we have learned in the last few years with the experts carrying out these studies, we see that the farm was in the right path. Right, Adalberto? The pasture management, for example, is something extremely important for the farm, and you focus a lot on that, knowing that's extremely important for the herd to continue developing and the farm becomes productive because sustainability is not just environmental, it's all economical as well, right? Uh,
Yes, surely that is important. And let's say it's not very common for this criteria to of correct usage of soil to make the use the manure and proper handling to have the correct number of animals so that pasture is always in a special condition to meet the demands of each breed. So this is without a doubt a differential that the fazenda or the farm has, because genetic has always been followed by good feed and good nutrition. And good nutrition has always been together with good handling, and good handling is what we need as the objective in the farm, so that we have a property that is lasting, so that you have a property that is productive throughout the period of the time you're working with the animals.
right. And aligned with that, we also believe in genetic breeding, in genetic improvement. We are a center of breeding, a center of evolution of the breed. And every day we see the proof that the genetic improvement is an ally to sustainability when we talk about efficiency, more efficient animals, more rustic animals that deal well with the kind of pasture that we have in the region. We have a very dry winter and a period of rain in the winter, but now we are undergoing the drought, right? So all these resources have to work in tandem with genetics so that we are developing for becoming increasingly better. So, when we think about genetic improvement, when we think about a productive farm, profitable farm, and a breeding herd, we are talking about several pieces of a machine that have to work together. At first, it may sound something very distant, but you see later on that is the only viable pathway to keep a profitable property that's always breeding better, right?
Yes, that's important during this period that we have these conditions. So we can give sustainability to the animals that they need during this period, and that is more rustic. So when we thinking about that, we say that we always have a project that is very well designed for us to have a good volume of animals that is adequate in the farm, so that the pastures and the areas will not be degraded over time.
And within the scope of our work and the goals that Rebanho Braunas has, we have always walked together in a very strong partnership with ABCZ. That's why today we have selected some animals to be presented to you next who are aligned with ABCZ programs. That's why today we brought a lineage of bulls that we developed on the farm and that has everything to do with this moment of expo genetics. And we're talking about the PNAAT, which is the National Program for Evaluation of Young Bulls. We have always believed in the program and participated in it. In 2013, we actually planted our first seed in Pernambuco with Mr. BR 77806, who is the first one from this lineage that we're going to introduce today. This bull is DECA 1 in PMGZ for all the growth, morphological, and reproduction characteristics. It has also been highlighted in the summary of ANCP that was launched July 2022 for the characteristic of fertility. So we can see that is a very fertile lineage. You can see some of its progeny there, some of the animals that we have in the farm. As you can see, this is the dry season, but still look how beautiful the animals are. This is a batch of bulls that are very similar to one another. This is actually a characteristic of this bull's production. You see a strong loin, strong and arched ribs, great corporal capacity. It's a very complete bull. We also recommend this bull for mass production using in big batches for in vitro fertilization. He is the son of Caru and Mahimansu, right? So his test is the 270, is a very known genealogy. It's unbeatable. He was the highlight of the performance test in Querência in 2013, and he was a finalist of Penache when he was a young bull. So our story in Penache starts with this bull in 2013. And next, I will call the marvelous offspring of this bull, who is MRBR 771270. As you can see, this bull is, we love this bull for the history of this bull and the participation that he had in our herd. This bull is top 0.5% of ANCP with an accuracy of 49%, and in PMGZ, it's DECA 1 with IABCZ of 14.69. DECA 1 for all the growth, maternity, reproduction, and morphology characteristics. It's also a champion on the category slaughtering and Penachi champion in 2017. So it's a bull that will improve any herd anywhere in the world. It was the leader of the ANCP summary for 2 years in a row. Still stands out in the summary. We can also highlight the characteristic of weight at birth, and it's very important for the production of high vigor calves. And we also recommend for creating a base of pure herd, commercial bulls, and industrial mating. We recommend this bull with our eyes closed because in any opportunities we had for testing it in any system, it has proven to be an excellent bull. He is our record breaker for semen sales. So it's a bull that has only brought happiness to Braúnas. In its pedigree, we have two genearchs of the Brahman breed, Caru on the father's side and Mahi on the mother's side. That's one of our cows, which produced several great animals in our herd that we still have several of her descendants, and it's an icon of our selection. So we are fully confident with the use of that bull. Next, you will see a little bit of this bull with its progeny, and then you will understand why we like it so much and why it is a champion in terms of sales. As you can see, it's a very interesting progeny of very strong, muscly animals with very beautiful breed characteristics. They are raised in pastures in the farm. We trust this bull very much, and that's why it's a great seller. And we like it very much, right, Adalbert?
We have a lot of special care for it and for the mother because she birthed him and still produces with a lot of quality and consistency.
Yes, and this bull has already produced the Mr. BR 771763 that we actually brought here to you this video as a young bull in Penache 2021, and you will see that in a year how much it has grown, how much it has developed. It's amazing.
Yeah, truly, it's a substantial change between the result and after Peronaci and what it managed to show in the farm. And with the semen sold, right, abroad.
It has already sold semen abroad. It has exported semen. And so we trust this lineage with our eyes closed. It's a son of 1270 Deca 1 in PMGZ. It has an IABCZ of 10.92. See how much it has grown in less than a year. It's such a huge bull. And this bull is very interesting because in his genealogy, we have four unbeatable bulls. Everyone who likes Brahman, they know that it's really is spectacular. They are Caru, Mahi, Elliot, and Udman. We can't go wrong, right?
Yeah, with a genetic material like this, it's really hard not to have a good result.
That's right. So, the genetic evaluation is very positive, very balanced. And in TDA of Penachi 2021, it was the best classified in his age range with superior gain of weight and several all other criteria. So we were very glad with the result of this bull in PNAT, and that's why we like PNAT so much. We believe it so much. Whenever possible, we participate not only of PENACH but also other programs.
Yes, the assessment of a young bull is very important because through these assessments you can find out in beforehand at the beginning of the career and at very young age we can see what we are going to have in the future. So it's really important. It's really important for these assessments of young bulls to happen.
That's right. It's a bull produced in Brazil, and it would be good for any place in the world, right?
Yeah, the important characteristic is consistency, which is really important. There is the genealogy that the bull has, showing its consistency and morphology as well, and what we see, and it pleases, right, what we see, and that is also important. And now we are also assessing the kids, its offspring that are being born in May. The first kids, the birth sons are being born, and we have an idea what we can show the next year.
Let's produce another Penachi bull in the same lineage then.
Yeah, that's what's important, you know. The father, the son, the grandfather, father, and son. It's in a sequence that is really important for the work that we carry out in the farm. When you have a consistency, when you have a grandpa, when you have a father and a son showing good results that can be attained, it means that the result of the farm is on the right path, right? And that's what we're after and what we want to find an easier way that is more objective,
Improving at every generation, right?
improving with any generation. That is, the son has always to be better than the father.
That's right. Well, since we're talking about other programs of ABCZ, we also participate of the program Zebu Beef. And we were also very, very happy with the results of the bulls from Braúnas achieved. And to speak a little bit more about that, I will invite Dr. Giovanna from Intergado. She was the one who talked to us at some point. She said, this animal of yours is very interesting based on some characteristics that it presents. This animal presented a very expressive weight gain and also, but she has a few other things that she would like to say, and I will let the experts talk to you. How are you, Giovanna? Hello, Marisha. How are you? I thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you talking about such an important topic to us. As you said very well, you talked about sustainability and livestock production. We know that livestock is a challenging activity and that has to follow these parameters so that we can achieve social, environmental, and economic development. And this is what I see with the genetics applied. When we talk about feed efficiency, we are talking about the possibility of the animal presenting great performance and the use of food. What does that mean? Ingest less food than we expect to have a good performance. And what we have found is exactly that. Amongst the animals, all animals are strong and they gain a lot of weight. They have excellent carcass characteristics. Within these animals, we find a variability, a genetic variability for the efficiency in the use of food. That's what we are looking for. Breeders who have that characteristic. As Mr. Adalberto mentioned, the offspring has to be better than the parents, right? So this is the path that we have taken. And when we talk about the animals that participated in the tests from Bama Baúna, this is what we have found. We have some results that have already been published by the Quality Zebu Beef program. And when we look at the 1862, we see that the efficiency in the use of food is very close to the average of the group. So it keeps very well. And what calls our attention is the potential this animal has with this efficiency of gaining good weight. This is extremely important to us because sometimes people look for just one characteristics within food efficiency to solve all the issues of the animal. But that's not how we should work. We have to look for a wholesome solution. When we find an animal that can ingest an adequate amount of food, keep a good performance, and present good results in weight gain, these results they are evaluated and the quality of the carcass has proven to have a good performance. With the 1862, we saw the results that it had in residual gain. A residual gain shows us how much weight the animal gained more than we expected within the adequate consumption of food. That's important. We noticed that it had an excellent result, and in addition to the excellent results in feed conversion and gross feed efficiency. So it's an animal that is able to transform the food that they eat in meat in production, and this gives us a better productivity that is transmitted from parent to offspring. We are very glad to hear that, and we are increasingly more sure, especially when we hear someone like you saying that we are following the right path and that we have to continue and to develop our herd in that sense. Is that right? That's right. I admire very much the work of Brahma Braunas. I follow up on the work that you developed for a while, and I am very comfortable to say that Brahma Braunas produces a productive animal, an animal that will really be able to pass on to their progeny the characteristics in a balanced way to have good productivity in different systems of production. That's what's very interesting to us. When we deal most specifically with food efficiency characteristics, we have several studies that show that these characteristics tend to present a heritability that's moderate or high. What does that mean? That it depends a lot on the genetic variation. But when we work with selected animals with that focus, we are able to have a expressive genetic gain in the next generation, especially for the herds that use the genetics Brahma Brauna. Excellent. Thank you very much, Giovanna, for your participation. Please stay with us to the end so we can say our goodbyes. So, since we are talking about evolution of the herd, we have separated very carefully. We went to the farm, Adalberto's farm, to choose some of the donors that we believe that must be here today. They were chosen very carefully to show you what we have, the best that we have. We have a large team of donors, but today we chose a few that we see that has all the genetic potential to contribute to any herd because we do believe that embryos are a very important tool for livestock and it enables you to have a genetic leap from one generation to another. That's why we talk a lot about embryo sales, because we believe it is truly a tool for every farmer to use on their farm. The first donor that I wanted to show is a red blood or red lineage cow. In Brazil, there is still a little resistance. Some people love them, some people don't love them that much. But we see that in other countries, people who like Brahman, they love the red Brahman. So we chose Dina 10 or Dina 10 to start this showcase of our donors. So this is an exceptional donor, and later you will see one of her daughters should be here in this presentation. She has a genomic EPD. All our herd has genomic testing. She stopped for in AMCP with accuracy of 70%, DECA2 on PMGZ, and an IABCZ of 4.42. So it's a totally reliable animal. It has a closed red genealogy. She is the daughter of Smoking Gun and Santa Helena. So we trust that genealogy very much. This donor is very interesting because it brings phenotypical characteristics that are very hard to achieve in animals with that kind of genealogy that is only red, you know. What are these characteristics? Is the exceptional carcass length, the corrected navel, a strong dorsal line, very well corrected udders, and which is very hard with this excellent genetic evaluation. She produced some very interesting animals that we kept on the farm for our herd. One of them is MRBR771197, who is a bull that's the father of another donor that you will see next, which is MSBR771709, who is a granddaughter of Dina. She's an exceptional animal. As you can see now, she's the one on the screen. It's a beautiful heifer, top one on AMCP with an accuracy of 70%, DECA 1 in PMGZ with an IBABCZ of 8.55. So it's an animal that we like very much.
Yes, it
It is
produces a lot.
producing
It's a
very well on
lineage
the farm, right,
that is
Adalberto?
easy to work with because it's not very hard to do this work.
That's right. It's a donor that
Definitely,
we like very
it's
much. And
arriving,
I think
and
her granddaughter
because
will
there are
also
some
join our team
criteria
of
that she has to
donors, right?
meet, and she would have to, and possibly she has already met this criteria. I would have to check this.
That's right. So we have a selection pressure. She still needs to prove herself to join the team, right? In the sequence, I have here the 384, which is a cow that I personally like very much. But when I talk about her characteristics, you will understand why. This is a top 05 in AMCP with an accuracy of 71% and GTE of
Yeah, this one
16.14,
here, in
DECA
terms
1
of
in
production,
PMGZ.
in
So
terms
there's
of
nothing not to like about it.
progeny and genetic material and sisters, they all produce a lot. They are daughters of 496, which is the matriarch in the farm, in the production of mothers that are differentiated within our herd.
She first calved at 26 months, right? So she's part of our selection of 26 months. Is a very precocious cow. And so we trust her lineage very much. It calves well, so that's why it's maintained in our team of donors of Braunas. Next, we have another cow that I like very much, which is MSBR 77798, which is the daughter of the 45 that in our timeline, if you could see it, she was a donor she was one of our first line donors, one of the first important donors in our herd. And this offspring of hers is very important for us. Is an exceptional donor, top zero point 0.5 in AMCP with an accuracy of 71%, DECA 1 in PMGZ with an IABCZ of 8.47. And you can see her offspring in the video. Although it's a dry season, they are very happy. As you can see, she's doing very well. And these are the
Yes,
characteristics that
and the
highlight, which are
consistency in the
growth,
genealogy of this cow,
morphological.
it's an amazing thing. She starts with 6'9", 15, 75, 45, and it gets to this animal that is really an animal that is differentiated considering the level of consistency of the pedigree.
And we have chosen one of her daughters that will continue this lineage. And you will see one of her daughters that's a little bit bigger, MSBR 771791. That's the daughter of 798. And as you can see, she is on the way to becoming a great animal. We believe in this animal to continue the lineage of her grandmother and mother. She is the daughter of Matrix, and this heifer called our attention from when she was very young. She was a DECA 1 in PMGZ, top 0.5% in AMCP. So we are very comfortable in paying attention to this heifer because it probably will
Yes,
be the
and what's important for
successor
us is
for
it's
our
one of the
team of
donors
donors.
that we chose from this group. It has to show us in beforehand, as we show in this animal, the result that it's going to produce. For us, this is really important. Always talking about the same aspect that this daughter has to be better than the mother.
That's right. So, since we are discussing this work that we've been doing with the embryos, I would like to invite Dr. Christian Barantes, who is our friend from Peru, because we have been working our genetics out of Brazil as well, together with Brazilian cattle. We have been selling these genetics abroad, taking the breeding that we do here to other countries. And we went to
I'm
Peru in
well. Good
March.
afternoon.
Hi, Christian. How are you? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for being here with us today. I am now telling a little bit about our visit to Peru in March, where we had the opportunity to see some farms, some of the breeding farms, and I would like to understand why you are looking for Brazil, taking these embryos from Brazil and the possibility of developing a little bit livestock production in Peru in these technical cooperations with us. So please, Christian, tell us, why do you think this cooperation between Brahma Braunas and you in Peru will be so good? And why do you believe that the embryos, especially from Braunas, have a good result in the farms of
Well,
Peru?
at first place, I would like to thank you for the possibility of this dialogue. And and here in Peru, we have most to developing here in the tropic and some zones here. But and you were just speaking about this and the efficiency, the consistency, also the land. And that is also what we here need in Peru. And to be able to develop this, we need not only a handling, and also the genetic material. And we have the opportunity to see the genetic quality in the Brahma that has Brahma Brauna, and that's why we were interested and we are pleased and to welcome here you in Peru to show us our reality because we need to look and to say that it's really important for us and we what we saw in Brahma Braunas, the genetic development that is very interesting and allows us to, that we're going to have results of high quality and high productivity. And that currently now cattle breeding throughout the world requires, and also in Peru.
Perfect. And at the time of Expo Zebu, we received here a representative of INIA, which is an Institute of Livestock Development from Peru, and we signed the intention of technical cooperation with this institution. We have the intention of donating some embryos to them so they can start developing this work. We have been waiting for Brazil and Peru to finalize the bureaucratic part in this protocol, but we believe it's on the way. We really believe that maybe this year we can start this work in Peru, which for us is also very important because we are again putting our herd to the test, right? We like to test our herd. Thank you very much, Christian, for being here with us and participating and talking a little bit about the needs of Peru. I believe that next year we will be talking about the good results we achieved, right? Thank you very much.
Yes,
Well,
we hope so.
now, you that's not in Brazil, or maybe you who is in Brazil, we have a partnership, a very strong partnership with Genial, which is also here. It's one of the partners of Brazilian cattle. Our donors, a part of our donors, they stay at Genial. They are available there for the production of embryos so that they can be sent with safety to any country out of Brazil that shares the health surveillance protocols with Brazil. I thank you all. I think for the space that we had here and for people who were watching us. And I invite you to visit our social media of Brahma Braúnas in Facebook, Instagram, and our website. There is a link to WhatsApp. You can talk to us, and you can be here with us during Expo Genetics. You can have some coffee. We will be very glad to talk to you, learning about your needs, because we believe we surely can provide you the best service and recommend the best products for your herd.
And it's really important to for us to show that the products that we sell have guarantee of births or pregnancy that we have. And that is really important for us to have the idea of quality of what we deliver. Because besides delivering product, we're guaranteeing this final result.
We are coming to a close. Our time is finished, but it's been great to have you here. And I invite you to see up close. We have a very short video to conclude to see the donors that are in Genial. So, whoever is in Uberaba can go to Genial to see it up close. If you can't actually go to the Braúnas farm in Funilândia, you can see our display in the farm of Genial. It will be their pleasure to follow you during this visit, to accompany you in this visit. These are some of the donors that are here in Uberaba. They are available for collection. They may not we are in the drought, but the cows look very good. Here's a red one. She's available for those who like the lineage. They are available at Janelle for those who want to see them up close. Well, I think that's all we had for today. It's so good to see such a passion for the work, for such dedication. So, here I would like to acknowledge the work that you guys carry out. More than that, the work that you take all over, all around the world to arrive so that our genetics, Brahman genetics from Brazil, can reach your country and help with your productivity. Well, this is a little bit more of our Zebu for you to see, be it in Brazil or anywhere in the world. So that's why I ask, continue following us. Stay tuned to our lives. We have a lot more information, a lot more genetics, a lot more technology to share with you. But for the moment, that's all we had. See you later.